Alright, Void, I'm kicking over to a different streaming service other than Shudder for this one. So, recently got access to an HBO Max. And when I review something, I try to review it after everything has come out, so once the series is ended, so I can just talk about it all at once. So everything I've been watching on there so far is still in progress, so I'm not gonna be able to do my reviews for Our Flag Means Death or Harley Quinn yet, so those are going to be forthcoming when the series do meet their conclusion. But while strolling through that, we did watch something that does apparently seem to have ended. I mean, it would have benefited from going a little longer, but there's been no word since 2018, so I'm going to call that one probably complete. So, and that is Miss Sherlock, a Japanese adaptation of the Sherlock Holmes things with a gender flip. Okay, sure. Well, calling it an adaptation is a little off because the character's nickname is Sherlock, not actually Sherlock, and a lot of things do seem to line up, but it's deliberately not. I mean, it seems to be set in a world where Sherlock Holmes didn't exist, and yeah, she lives at 221B, and a lot of the elements are there, but it's a little bit different. Like her partner is her name is Watto, so Watto-san. It's the jokes. So and Sherlock is as usual a consulting detective for the police. So for this one, Watto then is just coming back from being a war doctor, so still fitting the Watson bill. And she meets up with her mentor, who promptly explodes. And the first case that they get involved with is why this man exploded. Like, he's essentially had something burst out of him, and they're trying to figure out what and why. Which causes her to meet Sherlock, and because of her apartment or hotel where she was staying burning down, she's has nowhere to live and is essentially pushed into living with Sherlock, much to Sherlock's dismay. So then it's those two kind of more butting heads throughout a lot of it, but in a way that works. It's one of those that they say they're not friends, but it's clear that they're already friends. As they keep coming across some very strange cases, and some threads that make it seem like everything is possibly connected. So yeah, it's a fun Sherlock adaptation. There's a lot going for it. Some of the twists are a little easy to spot coming, particularly if you pay attention to naming conventions. But it's overall it's not. It is very well done. Could definitely benefit from a second season, I will say, as the reason she's called Sherlock is they keep hinting that there's a reason for it, but they never actually come out and say it, at least in this season. And I will say the last arc definitely could have used a little bit more time to breathe, as it involves Watto feeling betrayed by Sherlock and essentially wanting to shoot her. So that escalated a little quick for me. But at the same time, you can kind of see why, but there was a lot of evidence saying that we really should just sit down and talk, but it wasn't happening. So, overall, the series, it's entertaining. It's fun. It's got some good humor. The cases themselves are strange and definitely they're not just remaking old Sherlock cases, at least to my knowledge, with the exception of the last one, kind of like doing the whole Reichenbach Falls kind of thing. But overall, it's fun. It's not completely stand out, but it's definitely above average. I would have liked seeing more of it. The actress who played Sherlock is pretty amazing in her role, and her and Watson do have some great chemistry. So what works about the show definitely really works, and there isn't, other than the fact that it's only an 8 episode series, the fact that it doesn't have enough time to breathe is the only real thing holding this one back. I'm gonna give it a 6 MacGuffins, and yeah, it's on HBO Max. Check it out. Maybe if it gets enough attention, maybe they'll kick it off again. But at this point, I'm not holding out too much hope. But it does end at a decent spot. It's not uh, like the ending is an okay ending, but I would have liked more. All right, see you in a minute.